of the biggest problems we see is that people come into these jobs, they're very enthusiastic,
Yep.
and they have big thoughts.
Yep.
And then they put behind those big thoughts a lot of activity. So let's think big, but then let's also start big.
Yep.
You know, lots of stuff we get going.
Yes.
As a result of that, we don't move fast.
Yes.
We move slow.
Yeah.
And by slow meaning this vehicle, how we measure whether it's lifting off the ground is value being delivered. So are results improving? And what actually causes us to go faster is if we can be focused on the fewest things in the beginning that are going to create momentum early. And this was one of the fundamental insights about mobilization,
Yeah.
was that you want to think big, but you want to start small and focused on things that are going to deliver results now, which allows you to go fast. Now all of a sudden, wow, you know, this thing is starting to lift off. Once it starts to lift off, then you can dig in on, you know, chunkier things that are going to cause it to lift even more. But now we have some
Yes.
momentum.
Yes.
And a lot of these people, you know, they think big, but then they start big,
Yeah.
they move slow, and then they get fired.
Yeah. This is probably what you have really learned in your PE time.
Yes.
And everything there is focused on value creation.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the big and respectable companies that we work for.
Yeah.
Even if as a CEO you have the understanding that you have to focus, even if you do have that understanding, there is a company-wide conspiracy against focus. Because complexity serves a purpose.
Yeah.
Because in complexity, you're always off the hook. This
Yeah.
is, and people wish to be relevant and wish to contribute their thing, even if it's totally irrelevant. And so we've got a big role to play in working with what you call the golden triangle. So the CEO and the CFO and the chief HR officer, just making them understand and supporting them in that ruthless focus on the few things that really matter. And that's conceptually very easy. Like in HR, almost everything is conceptually easy, but that doesn't make it easy. You see, it is very difficult to get done in everyday life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such a good point, because saying that we should start small means that we are choosing to not do a lot of things that people think are important, and they are important to them.
Yeah.
And you know, if I think about if you go to Las Vegas and you go to the roulette wheel, you can win every time if you put chips on every color and number. Right? You will win every time.
It's going to cost you a bit, but
It's going to cost you a bit, and you're likely to win relatively small because you have one chip
yes.
on one
Yes.
number color combination
Yes.
that is going to work. However, if we can be selective and smart about where we're going to place our bets, so we're going to place a fewer bigger bets in order to cause, you know, this, but that requires some really good thinking in the beginning about where is the value in this business. And now I'm going to place my bets carefully, and then put focus and energy behind them. Because I think in human terms, the scarcest resource is energy.
yes.
And if we can get the energy of the company focused on those few things that will make all the difference, wow, you know, this thing really starts to
Yes, you're
take off.
totally right.